Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. We're doing a sewer scope today here in Salt Lake. Today's April 21st, 2025. And we're at 2191 East Westminster Ave. We have the camera pushed out about 120 feet to the city connection. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So this first connection point is called the nose-on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. Looks like you have an access point right there. Probably buried because I didn't see that outside. But they could locate that and access the line from there if needed. These are little baby roots coming through that joint. And you have a lot of those. None of them were huge, but still might be worth having cleaned out. We'll see how big they get. So far they're just small roots. Once you have roots, you're always going to have roots. That'll be a maintenance item in the future. From what I can tell so far, it looks like this might be transite pipe. Noticing a handful of offsets, and so far they're minor to moderate. But I think I saw one that was larger that will be coming up too soon. Those roots are getting a little bigger, a little more moderate in size. Still not huge, but big enough that it might be worth having them cleaned out now. At a minimum, I'd recommend the insurance on this line, and that would help offset the cost if and when there's a bigger issue. This is a pretty good size offset. It's also on the bottom where waste could get caught and create a blockage where it backs up towards the house. You could proactively have it repaired, which would be digging it up and making a spot repair. Generally pretty costly. There's another access point. At a minimum though, I think insurance would be good here. I'm not seeing any standing water, which is good. That indicates that you have proper grade. If you have the line cleaned, it's always better to have it hydrojetted. And they'll blast out all the roots. You can get a line cabled, which is great if you're having an active backup, but it doesn't effectively remove all the roots. This looks like cast iron from what I can tell, and for being cast iron it looks pretty good. It's probably been cleaned at some point. They've probably cleaned the entire line at some point. It's just been long enough that some of the roots are coming back. Which, like I said, once you clean them, you'll still have to clean it in the future. But cast iron gets real rough and rusty. It will eventually need to be replaced. I mean, this looks a little rough. There's a little scale, but honestly, for the age, that cast iron looks better than a lot of cast iron that I see. This is looking a little rougher. This doesn't look fantastic. And with the cast iron, you could have it placoated. It's basically a chain that knocks off all that scale. That might be a good option here. We're just coming back up the roof stack, which is how I accessed this line, was through the roof vent. So just to recap, you do have some cast iron that's looking fairly rough. And one note about that, the insurance doesn't cover what's under the house. There is another plan you can get with HomeServe, and they cover interior plumbing lines, but they don't cover nearly as much. And when it's time to replace that, you have to break up the basement slab to be able to get to it, and so it's a pain. But the sewer line insurance does cover what's outside. You do have a pretty good size offset, and then some minor to moderate roots. The offset, the only way to permanently fix that is to dig it up and do a spot repair. No amount of cleaning is going to fix that or really make it go away. We're going to end this recording now.